fucking shit. Welcome back to...
Welcome back, everybody, to Curse of Strahd. Also, fucking shit.
Wasn't prepared. You're like...
That was Logan's intro.
Please leave that all in.
Yo, yeah, please leave that in. That would be so funny.
Am I fired?
Yeah.
Oh,
every week.
I'm hiring you back.
Every single week.
With a raise.
Get back on the board.
With the raise.
We'll have to discuss that later.
It's like you're fired. Oh, wow, you responded really well to that. Okay, you're rehired and you have a raise.
With your own money.
With your own money.
That's what we call
We're
it.
taking that out of your check, actually, so there's no raise involved. In fact, there's a pay decrease.
I'm not experienced.
But you are getting a raise, technically, in the books.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm really enjoying this cold open. This is one of the better ones we've had.
Oh, shit, we started.
God damn it.
Last we left off, you guys were... What? Was that not a good intro?
No, it was perfect.
Okay, alright.
Beautiful.
Last we left off, you guys got teleported out of Castle Ravenloft after retrieving Casimir, getting rid of your curses, and his sister, who ended up teleporting back to Castle Ravenloft to, in her own words, continue her destiny. You know what that means?
She was pretty direct. She said she was delusional that Strahd was like her boy, her hubby.
Yeah.
You guys made your way back into Kresk, and you went to the Burgomaster's mansion, where he made you guys some burgers. And,
It's offensive to the German culture.
yep. And, shouldn't have called him the same name then.
We're also all not sad anymore.
And, you're kind of sad. You're still in
I'm
Barovia.
not evil. I'm still sad.
I believe we sent him a paper burb.
You sent Godfrey a paper bird because you told him to go outside, and then you guys teleported out of Castle
We told him to
Ravenloft.
go outside because he was taking the
we told him
werewolf
to
back to
protect
the camp.
werewolf.
Yep.
He got like halfway there, I think is what we told him. So it was whatever. He's
It's
probably
fine.
dead.
It's
You have
fine.
not received the paper bird
He's
back.
going that way anyways.
We can't do that.
We attach paper birds to
Oh,
paper
nice.
birds. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's going that way
One
anyways,
step
so
up.
he'll meet up with us.
You guys long
He's
rest?
fucking dead.
Yeah.
You guys sleep
Always dead.
pretty soundly. It's relatively restful. You guys kind of wake up a bit, like kind of groggy, like your eyes hurt a little bit, just because it's been stressful these past couple of days and weeks being here in Barovia, attempting to find some way out and some way to defeat Strahd. But you all wake up just fine, not too hurt, ready to start the day.
Can I do my thing before?
Yeah, and before everybody else wakes up, Seymour wakes up way earlier than everybody else. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hop out of my bed.
Okay.
And then kneel against it and start praying.
Okay.
Let's see. Dear Duck King / whatever your name is. I think it was. No, I don't remember. Started with a V. Don't really believe in gods. I don't know what you are, but you at least exist, and you've kept Ari safe. I ask that you keep us safe still. And in return, I'll at least believe in you. That's all I can really give. And I don't know if you're a prankster god, but we'll see. We'll see. You let me know in about 15 minutes.
As you're sitting there and you're doing this, feel this kind of cold wind kind of come into the room. Even though there's not really any windows. You have that feeling in the back of your head like something's watching you. And you're kind of frozen in place there for a moment. You're almost overwhelmed with this strange presence. Never felt something like this before. You feel something moving towards you. Closer and closer. Then immediately, you jump backwards as you feel something wet go into your ear. And you turn around and you look over and there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just assuming I'm sweating through my ears.
Yes.
So,
Obviously.
That's
Now
all.
I'm going to Ari's room.
All right. You get up and you make your way over to your door, and before you leave your room, you just hear this very, very distant back of your head. You're not even really sure if you hear it at all. Just this.
Mhm.
You leave. You go over to Ari's room.
And then I sit outside of it in the hallway, and I put on a snakeskin glove.
Okay. A snake skin glove.
Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, I'm not sure if I need this, but anyways. And it's just a component for the spell.
Got it.
And an eggshell.
Okay.
And then I cast Arcane Hand.
Okay.
And there's not really rules for this. So, yeah. I'm wasting a 5th level spell slot for this.
Oh my goodness.
This one's for you,
Viridian.
whatever your name is.
Mhm. King of Ducky.
The way I would imagine this would be either Forceful Hand or Interposing Hand, but
Okay.
basically I want it to just block the door and keep it closed.
Pull out
Maybe
the,
hold
pull out
on
the
to the
snake
knob
skin.
or
You
something.
pull out an eggshell, and you're like, this giant hand just up against the door.
I don't think it's translucent. So
Yeah, so
it's still
you
visible.
see and hear it, but it's
Yeah,
nothing else.
It's not the master hand.
Yeah.
It's just a hand.
Do I know if the door pulls open or pushes open, or can I just use it to
No,
hold
the,
the
hand,
doorknob?
the hinges allow it to push open. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
they would have to push. Right?
they would have to push. Yeah.
Okay, then perfect. I'm just gonna hold it.
Cool.
There.
You just hold the door. All right. You like I described before. You guys all wake up in the next
Gonna make
morning.
some Folger's house blend.
Tallman steps out of his room, and you just see Seymour.
No. By the way, I'm sitting on the ground like, with my back against the wall.
Morning.
Morning. Oh hey. Hold on. Just I don't know if I can do this at the same time.
So,
I meant to do this before.
I'll come out now too.
I forgot to do it.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him do his.
Can I cast Remove Curse while I'm assuming I can.
It's not
just
It's
concentration.
not a
Yeah,
concentration spell.
Okay.
You just have to use your other hand.
Yeah. Okay. With one hand, I'm like. Remove Curse.
Very ceremonial of you.
And then suddenly, as you're like very ceremonial of you,
I actually have to touch you.
this rune appears around you. This circle, and it just pulls the curse out of your nose and mouth, and everything disappears into the ether.
Then you hear like a jiggling of a doorknob.
No longer a werewolf.
I'll come out.
You are no longer a werewolf.
What are you
I
doing?
cast sending a message to Seymour. Hey, I think I'm stuck in my room.
Oh, don't worry, I'm coming right away.
All right.
I'm going to go put Folgers in my cup.
You do that.
You walk downstairs.
What
Could
do
you bring me a
do?
cup, please?
I suppose.
Thanks.
You
What-
just
what are
see
you doing?
you just see Seymour sitting up against the door,
Yeah, I'm asking
just like
what
this.
are you doing?
I don't want to tell you because
I'll send it through message.
I don't want to tell you because then you're gonna stop it.
I try to like look
I won't
under
stop.
the door to like see if
I won't stop whatever's
if they're
going on.
coming.
What
You
are
look
you
under the
doing?
door, you see Ira's
I'm pulling a
boots and
prank
his
to get back at
boots.
Ari.
Hey guys.
Holding the door.
Seymour, you said you were gonna come help me.
The door's locked. I can't.
It's not.
won't
It's not
open.
locked. I make sure it's not locked.
It's not locked.
This side's not moving. I can't.
Well, can you get Tallman? Maybe he can knock the door down.
He's busy.
What do you mean he's busy?
He has to. I just removed his curse and it went really bad, so he has to drink a special potion for
Is
it.
he gonna
What?
die?
It's called Folgers.
Is he gonna die?
No, I think he'll be alright.
Cuts right down below you, and he's just pouring shitty coffee.
Waiting for the drip down. Do you have any creamer?
You-
You have a window, right? Just go
Don't
out the
worry,
window.
We'll figure it out.
I'm on the second floor, aren't I?
Mhm.
I'm on the second floor.
You've fallen from higher.
I don't want to fall. I see Ira's shoes too. Ira, can you
But-
help? Can
Yeah,
you try the door?
I'm trying. It's not working.
He's like 3 feet away from the door.
I could try to catch you if that.
I don't want to jump out of the room.
I don't want you to jump out of the room.
I'll just wait for Tallman. Tallman can knock the door down. Or you guys could try. Can you try to kick the door in? I'll try to kick the door in. I try to kick the door
Roll
in.
attack.
That's a good roll.
What do I add to this? My
It
strength?
needs to make a strength save.
Okay,
so
It's
it
my
has
a
strength,
strength
right?
Yeah, I know it does.
Okay.
I don't have my proficiency or anything because it's
Nope.
it's a.
It's an unarmed strike. Whatever
Okay.
your unarmed strike would be.
I don't know.
Folgers is a notoriously slow brewer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, +4, so 21.
No, that's fine.
Ye olde Folgers. The House of Folgers.
Guilty Folgers.
Folgers.
So the reason why I was
21
asking if it was forceful hand or interposing hand is because it has statistics. Like, but
What's
if you want me to
the
just roll a
Interposing
circle,
is the one that blocks, isn't it?
interposing is where it just blocks me and I get cover basically. And if someone tries to move through it, they fail if their strength score is below
Oh,
their
then
strength score.
then
Forceful
yeah.
hand is when you're trying to push something.
What'd you get on your attack roll?
21.
21. What's the strength score of the hand?
26.
Oh my goodness.
You're strong.
You back up, Ari, and there's this moment of like Ari steps back and she runs towards it, and she like shoulder first, and then bam, like into the door, and it cracks, and actually a chip falls out of the way, and it and it kind of falls backwards, and you just see nothing, and you guys can see
I try to
Ari
stick-
through the hole.
Stick my
That was
arm out
really
to
good.
open the other side.
Ari, are you
can't
alright?
put your hand through it. It's almost like there's something there.
Did you die?
No, what?
I
Well-
I
Can
just
you
missed
put
the
your-
hand.
And then as soon as you stick your hand in, the entire door falls into a bunch of pieces. And you're just standing in an open doorway.
Wow. That
I'm super
Echoing
strong.
downstairs.
I'll print
The
the door back
best
together.
moment of a soldier's mourn is adding Folgers to their horror.
I'll
Could
put
be
the
a
door back
guild.
together. And I'll start gathering the pieces and I'll cast a mending on the door.
Mend the door back
I'll bring
together.
up you 2 cups and cups.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm super
Okay.
strong now.
I was gonna thunderclap.
You're
if
really
I had
strong.
to.
Huh?
I was gonna thunderclap if I had.
You're
to.
brilliant.
No, you guys
Thank
were
you.
gonna have me jump out the window. Tolman,
Well,
we're gonna
until
have
you
me
thought
jump
of kicking
out
the
the
door
window.
down.
I didn't know anything about it. Okay.
Those-
Take a vote.
Just give them both. Ah, yes, my coffee is
and then I cast remove curse on myself.
Was that exquisite?
on what?
On myself.
On yourself?
What?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to yourself and you hold the curse forward and you begin to expel the things inside of you as suddenly everything seems to dissipate away. Your face unsags and your buffness just deflates.
Curse. I'm so sorry.
You no longer feel those
It's
effects.
okay.
Yeah.
You know what they say about scandals.
A lot of insulting things.
No, I'll leave it up to Jacob if he wants to finish that statement or not.
Skinny guys have the best dicks. What?
They ain't nothing like fat girls.
What? Why are you asking me what? I didn't say anything.
We're watching today.
What are you guys doing?
We're gonna go talk to the mage, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We can do that.
We're still gonna go see
The Mad Mage in the Woods.
Yes.
Madam Eva.
Well, the Mad Mage is on the way.
Okay.
So if we're in Crest, we need to come down and then up to the Mad Mage, and only up a little bit, I think. Then we need to come back down and across the rest of Barovia to back to the
Is there
circle.
any easy way we could get to that lake from here?
The path.
The path.
It's the
What do you
easiest.
mean an easier way?
There are rumors that the Mad Mage lies on the other side of the lake.
Yeah, we'll have to go through it. There were some rowboats. We could boat to the other side.
Let me see the map.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay. Figured.
Not sure I really want to go across the lake on a boat.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true. If he
Perhaps.
sees us and throws a fireball at us, we'd be in big trouble.
We got fireball
Anyone
the
throws
other
a
day.
fireball at us.
But if we're in a boat, our boat will sink.
Where's Kretz?
No, I know
It's
how to
S.
swim.
What I'm saying is that perhaps we could head up the hills and do in the direction of the Svalage Woods.
Do we want to travel that far through the woods though?
Do you want to travel that far across a lake?
We still have to cross rivers.
Is there a reason we're avoiding
Rivers.
water?
They're afraid that the mage will see us and cast a fireball at our boat. I don't really want to cross the
I'm
on the
simply
water.
saying
But
that
rivers are okay, right?
gathering a boat would be a hassle.
Yeah, I mean we still have to cross it.
It's true. It's not hard.
And I'm simply saying it's not far. I have experience traveling in forests and jungles.
Then let's go.
Well, how much is this incline jump, Jacob?
You're not sure.
Each one's 100 feet.
Which one's about 100 feet, probably?
That's how it was last time, but that was a whole different scale.
They're not. I'll just tell you right now, from what you guys can see, they're not hills. They're
Mountains.
pretty mountainous.
So we'd have to. We could come up to this pathway and then cut through the trees here.
What's R?
It is possible.
That way we don't have to deal with any elevation.
R is
What's
like
what?
the major intersection. I don't think.
R I think is a major intersection, and V I think is where Esmeralda's shit is. Which I think is what she said she would be.
That's where
I
she
think
buries
Sarah
all
Pool,
her
isn't it?
shit.
No, Sarapool's all the way over by Barovia.
I thought that was the
village.
Sarah Pool.
Nope.
No, Sarapul's way.
Sarapool's
over
like
there.
over here.
Oh, what,
It's like half an hour.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we
City
should do
Barovia.
Mage first.
what's V
and
then?
Sarapool is way over here.
Oh,
V is Esmeralda's stuff. Esmeralda's cart, I
oh.
believe.
Is she with us?
And she said she was going to a cart, I believe.
You know,
When we needed her to go there.
last night I spent some time studying,
Mhm.
and I learned to counterspell. You know, in case you're that afraid of fireballs.
That's
Oh.
nice.
Best you be prepared then.
Did you learn another spell too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
I learned a couple of new ones.
What'd you learn?
fantastic. That's pretty good there.
I learned how to make a weapon holy.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. That'd be useful for your gun. Or your boomstick, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe it would actually hurt people properly. Like Strahd
I've gained
properly instead of
Oh, that's why I have the magic bullet.
halfway.
Yeah, it'll do
Since
even more.
contemplating on my lycanthropy, now gone, I've found peace within myself and a way, I suppose, to understand my body more.
Hmm.
Following the druidic ways, it seems more malleable than I had believed.
Is it like hitting purity? That kind of thing?
No.
Could I ask a question really quickly? Concerning
Led an answer.
things that are being taken away and given. I don't mean to say this any other way, but this is the only way I can think to say it. Are you planning on using that short sword?
It's good for divination. Do you need it?
It would do well in combat. My daggers don't seem to do much against Strahd. That weapon's magical. It might do more.
Then it's best you understand it. How clever are you?
I like to think very clever.
Can you play 30 questions with a sword?
Try.
Thought it was 20 questions.
Figure
Yeah.
out where it's from, what it wants.
Which you might have to attune to it
Even
first.
the sword or the sun sword?
Not the sun sword. That's not what I'm asking.
The-
I'm asking for the other
The
one.
Crusader's sword.
Come on, Tallman. How come Mom lets you have 2 magic swords?
You could use holy weapon
What are you doing with the sword?
I could.
Am I able to
Okay.
speak to it? Do I need to attune to it first?
I believe you need to
Yeah.
attune to it.
Yes,
give me,
he does.
give me a moment.
What's it called? The Crusader's sword?
Because I'm like lawful good, I could attune to it in a minute, so he'd need an hour.
Oh yes, if you give
I
me a
actually
second.
want to play 30 questions with my sword.
You can play 30 questions with
What?
your sword. Sure.
That was 20 questions, right?
Only if you're a little bitch.
I'm guessing this weapon
Your
also
gun
isn't
isn't magical.
in.
They played it differently in Chult.
I'm guessing this
It
also
has to
isn't
be
in
a more
Strahd.
magical weapon.
No,
I
it's
put
not.
it on their weapons.
not
It
it.
wouldn't
What
do
is it? What does it
I
qualify
see.
as combat?
One
I'll just put that in. And
How's it work?
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Alright.
I'll let you do extra.
It is a sentient, awful good, +1 short sword.
Long does it last?
+1. Okay,
+1 short sword.
10 minutes?
It's the Crusader sword is what I called it.
cool. So I'm just gonna add in some.
You must attune to it.
I will attune to it during breakfast.
Okay. I don't
Let's
believe
do it.
content sharing is on Strahd right now. Let me add
No,
content
but
sharing.
short sword +1 exists. So.
Well, it's not a short. It can do a lot more than that. And
yeah.
Logan made it a magic item.
Oh,
and
you
just,
made it a magic
Yeah,
item?
he named it the
No.
Crusader's sword.
No, he made it a section
I
in his
made-
own character
I
sheet.
specialized it, and then I added my own ability, which is the
Just
Crusader's
kidding. There is
sword.
content sharing on Curse of Strahd. I'm stupid.
I just need to. I just need to put it in notes. What can it do?
It is a +1 short sword.
Okay, I got that.
You are not lawful good, so it takes an hour for you to attune to.
That's fine.
It's sentient, as far as you're aware, though you do not know how or what it can do.
Okay.
You just are aware that it communicates via emotions.
Okay.
It sheds bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for another 15 feet
At all times?
at all times. Unless it's sheathed, it always glows.
So bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim in another 30 feet?
And once per dawn, it can cast the spell Crusader's Mantle.
Okay.
That's it.
Awesome. Yeah, so I just made it a sword and then put in my notes what it can do.
Okay.
Sentient communicates via emotions, sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim in another 30 foot once per dawn, casts Crusader's Mantle.
Are you gonna spend an hour attuning to it?
During breakfast, while we're eating breakfast, it will.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I need to regain spell slots.
You got your good old,
Oh, yeah.
You guys have some soup for breakfast. And
Is there a fireplace?
Yeah.
Okay, I walk over to it.
Okay.
And I throw in 2 pieces of parchment. Cool.
Interesting.
I'm going to spend some time with the sword.
Okay.
The hilt of the sun sword.
Have you seen what it looks like? Have you guys all seen what the hilt of the sun sword
Yes.
looks like?
Wait,
It looks
oh yeah.
super cool. Like really, really cool looking.
By the way, one
Is
of the
it
pieces.
different than? Sorry.
No,
Oh
no.
yeah, it's
Than like.
it's special for Curse of Strahd.
Okay, then no, I haven't.
It looks like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's awesome.
Let me see.
That's
I'll
really
show, and I'll show the viewers as well.
That is
Oh, that's cool.
It is very cool looking. It's very, very, very ornate.
The old lightsaber.
Yeah, ye olde lightsaber. Okay.
One of those parchments was his dinner invitation. So I don't know if that matters. Probably not. Strahd's dinner invitation.
Burned.
Cool.
Bam. Should actually
How will we
burn
ever
it.
get back in?
Oh no.
All right. You sit down with the sword.
You don't have a knock?
Clank. Kind of put the hilt down on the table.
I'll hold it.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you questions about yourself. Respond with negative emotions for a negative answer, or positive for otherwise. I'm going to ask you now, are you from Barovia?
You feel sorry. Say that to me once more.
Positivity for yes, negativity for no. This is like guilt, loss, shame.
Got it.
for no.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Excitement.
You
maybe.
feel this emotion of being torn. It's almost like sadness and guilt combined with contentedness.
Content.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's this weird mix of good and bad emotions.
Did you arrive in Barovia before or after Strahd became a vampire?
Just feel resentment.
Should I take that as a yes? Did you know Strahd in life?
You feel longing and a bit of regret and happiness.
Did he betray you?
There is that initially it's like this it's resentment again, but then it transforms into joy, like overwhelming joy, and you're like, the sword's being sarcastic.
Did you serve him at a time?
Pure anger. And resentment.
If you could amplify your emotion to answer my next question, how closely related to him were you?
It's just pure regret.
Very strong feeling.
Yep.
Do you wish to see him slain?
Overwhelming joy.
You should know he wishes the same for you. I will do what I can.
Just confidence. Pure confidence.
Are you done attuning?
Am I?
Ding!
Yes. I heard the magic ding in my head. That must mean I'm done.
By the way, this coffee, this is decent.
It's not great.
It's like a 5.
Burgomaster walks over. He says,
Ordinance.
"Sorry, we only got it from the tribe of Fulgares.
Mm.
Hey, only coffee here in Barovia."
You have a funnel?
It's nothing like
Of
chocolate
what?
coffee.
I need to pour it into my water skin.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gives a funnel. Put coffee in your water skin.
Pouring the coffee in your water skin.
I've done it before.
Is there like a magic
I don't think I've
seed
ever
that
seen
will
you do it.
get better
Yes, you
coffee
have.
beans for us?
Nope.
Oh,
We're
okay.
forever doomed.
You should try Chilton coffee.
It's pretty good.
It's like a miracle.
We need to go to Cholt.
Okay.
At some point. That's the goal, right?
That's where Faerun's coffee originates.
Pretty much. The
Jolt.
Guatemala
Mhm,
fairy.
yeah.
So, did we decide lake or mountain?
I think
I have abstained
gonna
from
go
making decisions.
Down to
I have simply
where
paused.
ours is, and then we're gonna
Okay.
go up.
cross up to like here and then come up and
Yeah.
through the forest. That way we
That's by,
still go through the forest a
Esmeralda's.
bit.
Oh, I forgot to mention to all of you. I apologize. That young woman came by. The big hair. She came and delivered me a message to give to you. And he holds out a piece of paper.
Esmeralda?
Red clothing.
Mm-hmm.
I open it and I read it aloud.
If you need me, you know where to find me. That's all it says.
I don't know what that means.
I think it means a cart.
Her car. Well,
That's right.
We
Rob-
could go by
She
there
has that.
if we want to.
If I'm not mistaken, we are still following some sort of cards, omens.
think-
No, we're actually out of cards.
Yes.
There's one left.
Which one?
Where he's at.
Oh yeah.
Where who sat?
Where he's at. Where he'll be in his castle when we're destined to kill him.
He is Strahd.
Yes. The one with the castle.
And I very strongly agree we visit the woman who granted them to you.
That's on the way.
Well,
Sort
other way
of.
around. The Mad Mage is on the way to
Is
the woman.
And the woman is on the way to Strahd.
there? Mm-hmm.
Sure. Both of us look at the map. Like, yeah.
Anyways, so we're going.
Yeah, look, right there. It's like, let's go.
We're agreed we're going on the mountain.
Yes.
No.
No.
I mean,
No.
the
Pathway to
forest.
the forest.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So we're gonna kill ourselves?
So you're going. What's your path here?
Fucking weird.
We're gonna come down to right here,
Okay.
cut up,
Okay.
and cut into the woods.
All right. How many squares is it to R?
5.
I'm gonna do what Logans do best.
And who's with us?
Make
by the
those
way?
peepees.
Just the 4 of us, eh?
10 squares to R.
What happened to
10.
Casimir?
So that's.
Oh, right.
He should be with us.
Do what? Who should be with us?
50 minutes.
Casimir?
Is Casimir still with us, or did he take off?
Oh, he is still with you. He's up in one of the rooms in the Burgomaster's house. He hasn't come down yet.
Casimir! Mom, come up to go to his room.
Go over to his room.
You there? Knock on the door.
Yes.
You coming with us still?
I do not know.
Can I talk to you not through the doorway?
Door opens. He's sitting on his bed.
You waited for that for a long time, didn't you?
Kind of pulls the hood down and brings the mask down as well. He's not really wearing it. It's probably the only time you've really seen him in his full face. He's got this long hair that normally he has tied up behind it, but it's just kind of long, very straight, very ornate. It's kind of this weird brown gray color, and his face is also like this brownish gray color as well. And he just has these silver eyes. Just looks up. I did.
sorry.
It's not your fault.
No, but I can still be sorry. Same as if one of us were to perish, right? May not be my fault, but I'm still going to mourn it. We did travel with you. Makes you a friend.
I am unsure of my current path. My goals are blurred.
Maybe just take the time that you need. Kresk is safe.
I will
Stay
need
here.
that time. Although I'd prefer to have that time with my people.
You could also join us. We're gonna cut off the path, but we're going halfway to Valaki
Where are you going?
to find a mad magician, mad mage.
Another wizard.
Yes.
Who are we speaking to?
Ira is speaking to Casimir.
I'm upstairs.
Hello.
Oh, he's with us.
Yeah, he was still with us. You're free to join us. Valaki is on the way.
Yes, I do need time. I will find you again.
Fair enough. I'll close the door.
Can we come back downstairs?
Yeah. Said he needs time, but he intends to find us again.
Very rightly so.
Alright.
Yeah.
If you understand exactly what he's seen, what he went through yesterday,
I understand.
takes ages for a righteous man to come back from something like that.
Guess it's just the OG pack now.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's like original pack. It's just the four of us.
Where does the G come from?
That's gangster. I left that part out though.
No, I don't
Okay.
understand either. It's fine.
Love this.
Yeah.
It's really awkward.
Yep.
All right, we set out.
As you set out, you guys start making your way over, start getting ready. As you leave the Burgomaster's mansion, Ira's a bit behind, you guys are a bit forward, and there's a call out to you from behind you. It says, Ira.
I'll turn around.
Casimir is standing there. I appreciate the words that you say. And he gets pretty close to you, maybe about 3 or 4 feet away from you. And he says, that's
close.
not, he's not gonna fucking kiss him.
I'm
That's
laughing,
like where that's
I'm
like
laughing because of what you said before that, and
Yeah.
then you specified it.
Got it.
Yeah.
He says, I will have to, I do admit, I look down upon you. Your heritage is something you cannot control, but still, I don't see it as right. However, I think your humanness is what's going to put me in the right place. I shouldn't have to discriminate against you like that, and I'm sorry.
everyone has their beliefs.
Well, you should take this. And he holds in his hands what looks like a wooden hilt that's curved, and it's kind of wrapped in like this leather on one front. And he holds it up to you. He says, "This was given to me a long time ago by my mother. It was passed down. I have no need of it anymore. I'm not going to have any children. And if there's anybody I'm going to look down to who could take this place of this ornamental thing of tradition, well, you're the closest I've got to an elf. My people are much different.
Thanks.
Its name is Eltharion. Wield it with pride."
You said Eltharion?
Mm-hmm.
Casimir,
And kind of a bit away, he says, "Yes."
it was a very enjoyable evening drinking with you last night. Best of luck to you. And if you find peace, return to us.
I will.
We will need you.
He turns and he walks back in the building.
As I turn around and go to walk, I'll pull
As
the
you
leather.
kind of have to pull it out of the
Oh,
leathers,
it's more
and
like
it kind
it's
of,
more like a sheath.
yeah, it is this curved dagger, maybe about this long. The wooden hilt is curved, and it's got like this gold design on the side of it. It's got these leaves and like curving like lines and bits. And then the part of the dagger is the same thing as well. It's like sharpened on just the one side of it, and it comes up to this point, and there's this design that runs down the bottom of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking blade.
Will you still need that paladin magic with you?
You know, maybe not.
That's a really nice dagger.
Yeah, I know. It's mine. Do I need to attune to this?
Crowns and daggers.
Do I need to attune to it?
Mm-mm.
No?
It's a +1 dagger.
Very nice. Oh.
Oh, no, you do. You do need to attune it. Can only be attuned to by an elf or a half-elf.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm changing my race.
Just
Becomes an elf.
on the way, and I'm gonna focus on it for a little
Boy,
bit.
You attune to it
suggest you
quick.
not neglect
Oh, I don't
magic
intend
of
to.
paladins.
I don't intend to.
Keep it in mind at least, if you choose not to use it.
I'll attune to it.
All right.
Can I attune to it while we're walking?
Yeah, you attune to it while you're walking, and you're kind of twiddling it around. It's so easy to use. It's really light. You can kind of move it in between your fingers really easily as well. No, it's elephant. There's this really cool thing you can do with it where like you can like flip it around your hand. It's like it's incredibly well crafted.
You hear the echo of the word gentleman.
Yeah, gentlemen. And then you see Ira do this thing where he, in order to test it, he does this, and I'm just gonna play you for a second just to show how cool this is. You watch as Ira kind of smirks, and he turns and he throws it, and it sticks into one of the trees, and then you just watch as it disappears and reappears in your hand.
That's really cool.
Is that all you have to say?
Didn't think it would do that.
That's really fun.
It has 3 charges, and it's a bonus action to pull it. No, it's not a bonus action. It's a free action to pull it back on your turn.
Okay.
So if you chuck it, you can do that.
And I can do that.
3 times every dawn, and it recharges all expended charges.
When you said he was like he has to do something to test out the blade, I thought you were just gonna have him stab one of us.
And he just fucking kills Seymour, and he dies.
Finally.
And then
Ah, it's really sharp, guys.
Check out how cool this dagger is. You guys continue walking. You walk for about 50 minutes to R,
Mm-hmm.
For Roberta.
and you make it there.
why'd you say it like that?
Not good. It's like a half man, half woman. It's Robert.
Roberta.
Yeah.
You guys
It's a
make it to the
name, though.
signpost on the road
It's
that points
Roberta.
north to Kresk, east to Valaki, and southwest to the Wizard of Wines.
I think we're going north.
When you guys head north towards the
Like
Towards-
Baratak.
Baratok.
Barotook.
Like Bear I took.
You guys make it to you go into the
I'm so greedy. Thank you so much.
you're going to the tower, right?
We're going towards it, but not right to it.
All right.
'Cause we just want to be on this path.
Oh, okay. So you make your way up. You kind of see it in the distance. It's really far, but you just
Halfway.
walk past it.
Halfway past the lake, we're gonna go into the
Well,
forest.
and as we go past, I'm gonna say, do you want to get Esmeralda? I'm saying it's too Seymour.
I don't know.
Not with.
What do we know about this mage?
He's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of all that we know. Supposedly. I don't know if this thing got. I actually don't know if I really know that or not. I know he knows the story, but I don't know if he put that together. I'm just gonna say it. He may be related to the mage that almost fought Strahd and failed. Remember way back
Were there not many?
there were, but there was one that someone told the story about a long time ago, when we first got here. It could be someone else, you're right. A lot of people have probably tried over the years.
Interesting. Nothing valuable until we actually meet this mad mage.
It's true, but if he has any insight into fighting Strahd, it might be helpful.
I suggest we take precaution then.
Also, I was asking if you want to get Esmeralda for
Mhm.
reasons more personal than do you think she would be useful in this fight?
Yeah.
Because, you know...
I feel as though she
you know,
may be dangerous in this fight.
I feel like.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
What did you just?
Don't worry about it.
I feel like she needs some time. She seemed, I don't know, upset with us
I think because
And
we all
rather-
took dark
Because of
curses...
the...
and rather untrusting.
I think because we all took dark curses...
That doesn't.
But we did change them back. Yes, it took her yelling at you to do it, but...
Yeah.
Give her time.
I'm more. Well, this isn't. I did it because she asked me to, not because of Esmeralda. This is all very confusing, and I still feel like she needs time regardless. And
Seems like you
Do you
need
also
time
need
as
time?
well.
That's
sure, I don't know. Yes, I guess. If I don't know, then that's also a yes.
We're wasting the air of the woods with chatter.
Figure we're doing this as we're walking by.
Exactly.
And you guys step into the woods?
Yes.
As we have been.
We're going into the woods and upward to M, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 squares to get to M.
Holy shit, that's like 15
5 squares to get to M.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say traveling through the woods, because none of you are rangers, is going to take double the time.
So
So,
another 15 minutes.
so it's at 5?
It's normally 5 minutes 1, right? So now it's 10 minutes 1,
Yeah.
so it's another 15 minutes.
Okay. 1 second. Thanks, Logan.
Thanks, man. Didn't feel.
I was doing
as good
this,
for
and
me
I
as it
popped
did
my
for you.
neck, and I wasn't expecting it to pop, so it kind of hurt.
We're an unhealthy crew here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with me.
Spencer's probably the healthiest one of, well,
I just
That-
get,
Vegetarian.
that
I just
side
get
of the team
sick
is
a
probably
lot.
the healthiest out of
She's low on the potassium.
As you guys are making your way
Potassium?
through the forest,
You understand that? Man, okay.
you're walking and you're walking, and you come to a small clearing. And in the clearing, there's a single gravestone.
what does it read?
Oh.
On the epitaph?
Nope, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. It was a dumb joke.
Thank you. Didn't we learn the epitaph
Yes,
recently?
that's why I
I was
used
gonna
it.
call it an epitome.
That was you're right.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for not making that joke.
Yeah, totally.
You walk forward towards it, and you look at it, and it reads, Livius Elastroy.
Not so Olivia.
His name was Livius.
You probably do that, you probably start laughing, and then I look and I start laughing too.
You guys are just laughing.
His poor
What a
dead
dummy.
soul's name.
Well, he's not.
Should have called himself Alive Boy.
So he's not Olivia Singh anymore.
I slap you. I beat
What
you
was the last
away.
name?
Destroy.
Destroyed.
Lestroy.
Destroy.
Alive destroyed.
Australian.
Life destroyed.
Does it say anything other than that? Than his name?
Nope.
Okay.
We're probably going to continue on.
I dig up the grave.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Okay.
How big is this grave? You said it was in a clearing.
It's
right?
gravestone in a clearing.
Does it seem like significant? Like, is the clearing like pretty?
It looks like somebody found the clearing and buried this guy here.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Does the sorry, I
No,
probably
it's okay. No, it's
way
fine.
super over investigating this gravestone.
That's what
Does
Scott's
the
supposed to
does the
do.
earth look moved at all?
Or is it old?
Moved recently?
Yeah.
I think an investigation check.
Oh, like
Okay.
the person was recently buried?
Yeah.
Or-
you can tell.
If they move like a Zamboni.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll investigation.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Woo!
A Zamboni.
5.
Yeah.
5? Can't tell.
Nice roll, man.
Thanks.
Looks like dirt.
That's a lot of dirt.
Are we going to spend more time oogling at a gravestone?
I just glanced at it. That's all I did.
If you ever have kids, don't name them Livius. Please.
Okay.
Or do so I can laugh at them.
Okay.
Or just don't name them.
Or just
Let
don't
them
have
be
kids.
themselves. That works too.
These are all options. Let's go.
This is an uncomfortable conversation for me.
Oh, I love it so much. Guys, continue going. And eventually you do make it into these forests. This is too happy.
What?
Wait, is
It's-
the whole
I feel like
fucking
it's pretty
place
fitting
foliage? Everywhere is foliage woods. I just caught that.
You know what'd be pretty?
All over the whole map.
The music that you play in the stupid, the music that plays when you go through the maze in Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would be good music to play. I don't have it though. You guys make your way into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones?
You've been in the forest for a while, but as you make your way further north and north and north, you know you're in the area in which this person should be. These woods are foggy,
Swallage, some would say.
and they're at an incline too. They kind of move up further and further up north. It's not like a really steep incline, but you can tell they incline.
I would like to be on the lookout for a tower.
A tower.
Oh,
I think he
rumor?
was in a tower.
Was he?
Ari,
Might be.
Ari thinks he's in a tower.
Well, if you wanted to,
We'll
I could
find
also, if he's around, I could draw him here.
Wait,
I'd
what was
also
it?
draw a lot of people here.
What was the description of like where to find this guy?
Just a crazy dude up north of the lake.
I don't really remember.
chosen
What's it
Beyond
specific
Lake
about
Zarovich.
beyond Lake Zarovich? Okay, so we don't think it was
Yes,
the tower
I said
that
it's
we
tower.
we don't think it was the tower that we passed on the way here.
No.
Okay.
We've chosen the non-beaten path. I suggest
so I
you
could
don't
go-
bring creatures to our
I was
location.
gonna say it would attract other people, but I could just go. Make
That
a
might
wild
also
movement.
attract
Very
I'm
werewolves,
aware.
common idea.
That's why I'm saying it's up to you guys.
vampires, and
The map reads 2 rivers.
bears.
Am I not mistaken?
I see 4, but
There are four.
I suggest we cross 1 or 2 of them first before making rash decisions.
We could also get to a high point and then have a better vantage of finding a tall tower.
There is an incline.
we can see.
I, of course, am only an advisor. Each of you make the decisions. I suggest you make them.
Yes, let's get to a.
I don't
vantage
like
point.
making decisions. Okay. Because usually
Start
it ends
climbing
up
up
with
the
me
hill.
killing some grandma, and then
Don't kill her.
I get yelled at.
We share a sentiment.
Yeah,
The last
That was a
time
good
I
first
ever
day
made
of
my decisions.
meeting
yeah.
someone. Anyways, we're going up.
Bonding experience?
Just because
Have you
kill a grandma.
killed the
No, I've
grandma?
never killed a grandmother.
As
No.
we're going up, I'll kind of. There might be tall men. Say, you know, you can make decisions, right? Like
I'd rather not.
because of the one mistake.
Decisions lead to mistakes. I'm responsible for your lives, no one else's.
Lack of decisions can also lead to mistakes.
How so?
If you need to make a decision, but instead decide nothing, that befalls more of a curse upon us.
All of my current decisions will be ones made for your safety. I suggest you can trust themselves in and of that. Be they foolish or not, I am here to see you through. Because I have failed to do so for myself.
But see, deciding to do nothing is also a decision, and you still have that responsibility if you decide to do nothing.
I was trying to.
Because then that
pep talk.
Yeah, well,
It starts to get a little snowy. You guys start as you guys continue upwards. Your boots begin to crunch under the snow underneath you, and it's getting a bit colder. But you guys have the proper equipment to survive in the
For a
cold.
moment, I think about throwing a snowball at Ari. Remember what happened last time?
Yeah.
Once we return to the beaten path, I suggest we keep an eye out for our friend Godfrey.
Yes.
we told him to go to Crest, right?
Yes.
Speed the devil. You get a paper bird.
Read it?
Studious fucking birds.
You read it?
Mm-hmm. Out loud.
I see, comma. Is there somewhere you told him to go?
Crest.
Kresk? He
Mhm.
says, I will make my way there as quick as possible.
He's gonna be confused when we're not there, right?
Probably.
They'll understand.
Okay.
I wouldn't believe so. He seems rather respectful.
It's
understanding.
okay. Wow, can't remember his name. He gave me the super cool dagger, and I can't remember his name right now.
Casimir.
Casimir,
Casimir will be there. And Casimir can tell him where we went.
somewhat
Okay.
insulting.
I guess the
North
Virgo Master could too.
of the mountain lake,
He makes good
the
burgers.
trees begin their steady climb up the slopes of Mount Baratok. Its monolithic presence oppressive at this distance. The ground here is rocky, uneven, and tiring to navigate. Even the wolves avoid this neck of the woods. Soon you climb above the blanket of fog fog that engulfs the valley. Dark thunderclouds roll overhead.
Uh-oh.
And we get the dark thunderclouds.
Stop it.
So, no wolves, but there's rain and snow. Wait,
I think
Snow
it'd just
or
be
is it
snow
raining?
then. Wait, yeah, wait, what?
It's not. It's just thunder.
I feel like both are equally dangerous. Maybe wolves are a tier above, but
Hey,
we're not in good company.
do you guys know how lightning acts if it hits snow?
It melts.
Yes.
It melts. It doesn't send like a charge through all of the snow.
No.
Try it. Okay.
That makes no sense.
no,
It's
that's
water.
what happens when. Yeah, but it's frozen.
Right. That's why I was asking.
I've never heard of this.
Well,
So-
see,
You never heard of snow?
while water is conductive, ice is not because it needs it of the weight. I don't know if I would know this.
All I've heard of is
Roll intelligence. You're a nerd.
all I've
You're a
heard
wizard. It makes sense for you to know that kind of stuff.
is lightning strikes the beaches of Cholt.
I
Sometimes
think
they
I got
find large gemstones embedded in the sand.
a 18.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as conductive as water because of the way that the molecules are aligned, so
What's a molecule?
it would have to melt in order to get that good conductivity. Which is why when heat runs through it through electricity, then it melts it.
Are you sure
So-
your curse has been removed?
I think he's just too smart for his own good.
He's cursed with knowledge. Ooh.
So what you're saying
Just like
is,
Tony Stark and Thanos.
And Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's true. That
So-
dude's fucked.
so what you're saying is if lightning strikes the same place twice, then it would be water, and then it would.
Yes, but where it had struck would probably just be a little tiny puddle that sinks down.
Alright.
So
So we're fine.
should
Yes.
be, yeah. Cool.
Unless you
Unless
get struck
it, yeah,
by the lightning,
yeah, exactly.
which can also happen.
In which
Well-
case your blood is very conductive.
Oh,
Haven't
fantastic.
I seen one of you strike someone with lightning before?
I think she can.
I did it to stone.
And what happened?
The stone probably didn't care too much.
They broke apart.
Well, maybe it cared a lot.
Also shot a dragon skull with it. So.
What? Oh yeah.
Guys, this
You shot
meeting
the
is about
skull
over
of a
here.
dead
That's where you are.
Seems somewhat wasteful.
We need you to scale it up a bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's too
Please.
small?
So maybe
Just like a
20%.
tiny bit.
I'd say 20%.
I don't think I can. It's a video.
Oh,
Give me a
that's
second.
right, because this is dynamic.
Hang on.
It's
Yeah, hang on.
it's
It's
fine.
like-
I mean, we
It
mostly
fits,
fit.
It's just a little.
It's like just
What the-
barely.
What? That's so weird. Maybe it's not full screen.
It's fine-ish.
It is.
Not bad.
That's so weird. Normally they're
Honestly,
fine.
It's fine.
Well, I
maybe
was saying
that's
it's
No.
it's like just barely. It's like not big enough of a deal to me.
Oh fuck.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I mean, if you do anything to it, it's not. It'll be weird. Because
Okay.
things will be cut off.
You see an elk standing on a rocky spur about 60 feet away, which is that rocky spur over there.
Was it?
This
Is this a rocky
No.
spur?
That
rocky
rocky
spur.
spur.
Okay.
Bring us
I
the
don't know what a
fucking
spur
elk,
is.
You,
So.
you cur.
Suddenly,
Okay.
It's no longer.
it assumes the form of a man in tattered black robes.
Fuck me.
He has a long beard that is streaked with gray, but he's completely bald. Can you get that out of
I'm
here?
sorry.
No,
It's in
that
the
one
back.
right there. Okay, or that.
Over there.
Where is
It's
this?
in the middle, I think.
No, this one.
Where is
On the
this?
rocky spur.
Oh, well, they're all okay.
Stands up there, just looks down at you. He's got this weird, like, thin beard kind of moving down his face, and a long kind of mustache as well. Completely bald, just looking down at all of you, and his eyes are crackling with like this eldritch power.
You can still remove curses, correct?
Yes.
I was hesitant.
Do you think he's cursed though? That was the hesitant.
And we roll initiative.
Oh,
on that
I don't
shit.
think madness
No, he's
is
not
the
doing
same
anything.
as
Oh, okay.
curse, right?
No, unless it's magical madness.
I have a way with words. Would you like me to contact him?
Do you have a way of removing madness?
Just say
Mage,
he has a way with words.
Yes, he did.
what be your reason here?
Let's try your lightning theory. And he shoots a lightning bolt straight
Counterspell.
towards Tallman. Counterspell?
Oh!
Oh shit!
Wizard battle.
Wizard battle! Hang on, let me look at the fucking lightning bolt.
Wait, what?
I cast it at 4th level just to be.
Fuck. He casted it. Fuck.
I already used a lot of my 3rd
He says, "Let's try that." And he shoots his hand forward, and then Seymour throws up his hand, and it just the spell fizzles out. Ah! Now you can roll initiative.
Come on.
Hey,
Shut up over there.
fuck you. God damn
You
it.
get a crit?
Yeah.
Colton always goes in combat.
Dude, no.
Even in parties
No,
of 4.
That's not true. It has not been true in recent times. It really hasn't.
I feel like the last game you were getting pretty high, like 19s. And
Yeah, but the last game of Sunder, I was rolling zeros for
Yeah,
initiative.
that's true. I got a
I
4.
live in the
Twice.
room next to Sunder. I don't watch it. I watch Odie. It's not good.
What'd you get?
Oh my goodness, I've got Jack of all trades gives you a bonus to initiative.
Fuck you.
My initiative is +5 now, even though my deck is only +3.
Mm,
Can I hit him?
no,
Can't
sorry,
in-game.
not yet. In game you can. In game you can kill him.
oh,
So
his
we're
initiative's
not
faster.
killing this guy, right? We're just gonna knock him out
Shit,
and
you're
then.
right.
Every time you do that, it goes up by 1.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, we're clear on that, right? We're
What?
not killing him.
Yeah.
We're just gonna.
And not because we're metagaming.
No,
Because
because
we want to talk to him.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's okay.
I've never encountered him in
Ari.
this game before.
So I got a
4.
spell.
Ira,
25.
Okay.
For
Seymour,
level
14.
up. Did not know this was a champion. So
Tallman.
I'm gonna try.
17.
Ira, you're first.
Try it.
What are you doing?
First, figure out how far away from me he is.
Far.
Quite a fucking ways, man.
Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30. Do a bonus I can dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Guys, tell us how the weather is in your area. Because we're leaving
Okay.
spring really quickly.
Today I went to Starbucks and was like, "Can I have a nice black tea?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, it's the perfect weather for it." And it was like cloudy and like.
I look at him and I'm like,
It's
so
very British.
I like that. I like that idea of lightning and all that. Why don't you just stand still for a little bit, hold person?
Ooh.
Okay.
Those aren't the somatic components.
In my opinion, any weather is good weather for tea. It's like the perfect beverage. You
So
warm it up.
wisdom save.
What is
Cold.
Yeah,
Tea.
but it was cold tea. Like ice.
Sorry, what did you say? What did you say?
I walked up to him and I was like, I really like that lightning idea. But why don't you just stand still for a second? I cast hold person.
Hold person.
Nice.
Oh
Let's
boy.
make a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw. Golly gee.
Didn't know this. I leveled up. I got a new rogue spell. Hold person is enchantment.
Really?
So I can take it.
That's
God.
awesome. 8.
He fails.
Okay.
He is paralyzed.
Wow.
He falls off the rocks.
He just kind of stays there.
Aw.
Paralyzed. Can't move. Fails dex saves.
Falls prone.
Advantage. Doesn't fall prone. Tallman.
Give me one quick moment.
It's okay. We've got hopefully a couple of turns to get up to him now.
Everybody's at full health, right? Seymour,
Yeah,
how
we
many?
won't.
What's your temp hit points?
I have 23 temp hit points.
And on top of your maximum of 51, right?
We leveled up, so that went up too.
Our max is different now.
Got it. I will not fuck with it right now then.
Okay.
I'm going to wild shape into a.
What the fuck is that?
Tim,
Yes.
how do we pronounce it?
Dynonymous.
Dionyscus, I think.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm wrong.
Dionyscus. That's
Dio.
what it is.
Okay.
Ari, what's your new hit points?
54.
He just said fuck with
Sorry. Iro, how many hit points do you
it.
have?
71.
Seymour,
I have 57,
okay,
and my
Got it.
temp is 23.
got it. Tallman, how many hit points do you have?
63 plus 26.
63 and then 26 temp.
Yeah.
26 because it's my
Wait,
wild shape.
he's a Dinosaurus.
Got it. I will add that as
I
temp.
know, that's not how you say it.
Dia.
What?
What is it?
It's a fucking velociraptor.
Oh, and you're from Tolkien.
DEINOHYCHUS.
Yeah, it's. We think velociraptors are like the medium-sized creatures. They're small.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we actually think it is.
How much
It's,
temp hit points, Tallman?
26, I'll say.
26.
Or wild
So you're basically a raptor.
Pretty much.
What's that?
I'm the Jurassic Park depiction.
That's what
God damn it, I added it to Seymour. What are your temp hit points?
23.
23, and then
You're
yours are
done.
26.
Yes.
From-
Something for you
before
guys to
time.
talk about in the comments because I'm curious. So technically, creatures that can shapeshift are immune to polymorph. Does that mean druids are immune to polymorph?
Oh, shit. Interesting. All right, so you turn into a raptor. All right, you transform into a small dinosaur,
I ran forward.
and you
I
do
saw
run
it.
on the. Do you run on 2 feet?
No, you're not.
Yeah, 2 feet.
You start running.
I saw it on the Discord today, and I was like, holy shit.
I
Maybe
wish-
she was even more
It's,
powerful.
it's a Deinonychus, I think.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
It is.
That's what
Is
Deinonychus
there is there art?
Nope.
Just picture the raptor from Jurassic
All
Park.
right.
Except
I was confused and I pictured
Just kinda
Ducky
stepping
from Land
forward.
Before Time, which is a pterodactyl.
Okay, it's Mad Mage's turn. He doesn't like that he is goddamn paralyzed.
At the end of his turn, we make the wisdom save.
That's a 23.
He makes it. But it's the end of his turn.
Ah, he's very angry. Seymour.
there's a dinosaur after.
Oh.
Sorry for not understanding ancient dinosaur terminology.
It's okay.
It's a bunch of science bullshit.
What would your cult have called them? What are your furbolgs? What would you call them?
Tom was in front of you and he
or-
double dashed. Or not double dashed.
Probably Fangfoot.
All right, then that's the name of the animal. You're a fangfoot. Fangfoot dinosaur.
Cool.
No, that's.
It actually totally makes sense. That's what they are. I'm gonna change that right now.
Do it.
I turned into a Fangfoot.
Called owlbears. There's no
Yeah.
fucking
So
terminology
dumb.
name for those. That's what you would name them. You wouldn't. We furbolgs call them Deinonychonurus. Like what the fuck?
I cast magic missile.
Magic missile at the mage.
Deinonychonurus.
Roll the damage.
Der Sphinxnopithecus. Or as we call them.
10 damage.
He's gonna cast shield.
Yep, I thought you
And
would.
he takes no damage.
Uh-huh.
Ari.
I can hold person again with no photo counter spell.
Do you guys think he'll die if
Can
I
he
cast
shield with his
Fireball?
You good,
He,
man.
he made the
Ooh,
save.
Oh.
no, don't do that.
What do you want to do? Fireball?
Do you think he'll die?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think you will.
Okay.
I don't know. He looks pretty strong. Maybe he wouldn't though. Maybe it's not
You
worth it.
wanna bet it?
It's not worth the risk.
Alright.
Let's put it that way.
I'll cast Chaos Bolt.
He's so funny.
He seems strong enough to
know.
withstand meteorites.
Man, it is really nice to have.
Oh wait, I need to actually hit him before I do damage.
That is just hilarious. You guys start fighting him and counterspell and shield, and Ari's just like, should I cast Fireball? No. Okay.
19 to hit.
19 to hit him? Yeah, that hits.
Alright.
These things are so cool. The Deinonychus.
Jacob,
Oh, really?
I hate to be like a bearer of bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Reaction lasts until the beginning of his next turn. Shield. His AC is +5 till the beginning of his next turn.
What did you get? 19?
Mm-hmm.
You still hit.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. Oh wow, his
His
AC is really low.
his AC
He's a
sucks.
wizard, so.
Yeah, it's
Do you have
probably
the
10.
feathers? Are you one of the feathered ones or one of the?
Feathered. I
Okay.
like that depiction more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like accurate versus what we used to.
So cool.
If you play Pokemon. there's
No,
a-
I never played that game.
There's
30 force damage.
Whoa!
Holy fuck.
nice.
You Chaos Bolt him poof, right in the chest as he literally poof, falls down. It's force damage. He stays up there as he kind of just stammers to stay up on top of the rocky thing.
That's
And,
it.
Your turn, Ira.
Probably hurt more than a fireball would.
Maybe don't. Don't do that.
Hold person again.
Sleep.
Sleep. Roll roll d8s. Level you casting it at.
Second.
All right.
Additional 2.
We're starting to get to that point where mages are really kind of overpowered.
What level 5?
Well,
You guys are not.
We're
not
getting
yet.
there.
Yeah.
No.
I said we're getting.
2 levels, you have
Huh?
6 level spells.
What level are you guys?
9.
This is like one of my favorite levels for you guys to be at, 9 and 10. Because you have enough options to do a lot of things, but you're still not super
We're
powerful.
butting into that next tier of play, so
Mhm.
it's like, holy shit, we can do so
49.
much more than
49?
we were-
He
48.
is still awake. You throw the sand in the air, and he just kind of blinks his eyes. He's,
Hey
your magic
guys,
is useless.
he's a lot stronger than we think he is.
Told you fireball.
Tommen,
I said fireball too. They said no.
I'm gonna pounce this
I
bitch.
agreed with you.
Look, if I can't kill grandmas, you can't fireball wizards.
They wouldn't have killed him. I can't even cast a spell. It's Ari that does
that
it.
is so awesome. You guys are great.
By the way, imagine Archeops from Pokemon for what he looks like.
30 feet up.
Except you
Just
can't
letting
fly.
you know.
They can't fly.
30 feet up.
I'm gonna
Those
use
look like
my
wings.
action
Yeah, so
to
does
dash at
The
it
actual.
Okay.
as
They're
a
like
pink
chickens.
foot.
Start looking up.
Okay.
You're just kind of screaming at him as he looks down. He looks angry. It's his turn. He is going to cast. He looks at everybody and he says, "You think my magic has grown weak?
Not really.
Think again,
Damn it.
fools!" And he holds up his hand, and you watch as he holds up a clock, and and you guys hear the snow around you begins to slowly stop,
It's fucking
We're
time
dead.
stop.
We are done.
and everything kind of comes to a stop.
That's a good ninth level spell,
Like,
isn't it?
both Logan and I immediately knew what spell that was. I'm like, oh shit.
Now he gets a couple turns.
He gets 3 rounds.
Yeah,
Oh my
there you
god.
go.
Rolled well.
You guys kind of watch as he just kind of begins to move around the battlefield at an insane speed as you guys are kind of just frozen in time as everything kind of moves down very slowly. He is going to first cast Lightning Bolt at Tallman.
At Fangfoot.
And you are currently time stopped. So
Technically not. Because I like to bullshit and lie. No, how am I gonna die?
weird because it's time stop, but you're still kind of allowed to make the save.
What?
I'm gonna say no because it's stupid. It's really small specifying. It's really up to it's vague. I'm gonna say that it doesn't. It's a fucking 9th level spell.
I don't mean to say this in a rude way, Logan, but why should you be able to dex save
Yeah.
lightning
Not
bolt?
dex save, no.
I'd say
Yeah.
wisdom
I'd say,
saves.
yeah, like con and I'd say the ones that have to
Yeah,
do with like your
but
body,
dex save, heck
like
no.
Dex,
He just
strength.
kind of shoots a lightning bolt at you.
I shouldn't be able to
Let's
beat
just
it.
Yeah, I feel like you're paralyzed, so you would like automatically fail a dex save.
But you could do like con, intelligence,
24
Yeah.
damage.
wisdom,
24 lightning damage.
and charisma, I guess.
Okay, I'm still Fangfoot
Nice.
by 2.
By 2.
Then he's going to he's going to then go down and he teleports in front of Ira,
Boy,
and he's going to spend his last round casting Cone of Cold.
Oh my gosh.
That's up. Ooh, I'm resistant
He
to cold
teleported.
damage.
You are?
Mm-hmm. I have the staff of frost.
Oh, that's dope.
Not Misty Step.
Also,
the way that's like-
Let me stab bonus action.
You would have to wait till his next turn.
Turn,
to
yep.
cast it.
And so on that other turn, he'll actually use the cantrip. He'll cast Firebolt on you.
Me?
Yeah. And
AC's 21.
he gets a 19.
Is that the mag? Well, oh no,
Uh,
Fangfoot's AC.
yes.
Damn it.
Okay, and
Not Tallman's AC, Fangfoot's AC.
Firebolt is
I love that your character, that your name and the names of all the things you transform into are just going to be like
Tribal.
descriptions of
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
Fangfoot, Tallman,
Firebolt
Bolt?
is an action.
Spotted Cat.
It is. This is his last.
it's 4d10.
So he did Misty Step and then Firebolt is a cantrip.
So I heard Firebolt.
No, Bolt.
It's a
That would
cantrip
be
for
the
him.
ultimate fuck you. Just put another fireball in this game.
24 damage from Firebolt.
Minus 2, minus
Holy
one.
shit.
So you're currently
He's
at
like
41.
17
Yeah.
level.
And he shoots the Firebolt,
Yeah,
and then he comes over and he
that's
casts Cone of Cold, and he's going to cast Cone of Cold at...
So you kill mages. Don't let him take a turn.
It's super low levels.
No, he'll keep it at 5th. Constitution saving throws, all 3 of you.
Oh, concepts. Cool. We can make.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get your?
Oh, that's.
No, we're too far away.
Okay.
Oh.
So your cards.
What'd you get?
18.
18.
28.
Ooh.
28. Success.
You know that's a good idea.
18.
Success.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean,
Higher than
he
18.
can't tell
Alright,
me until
success.
I
I rolled a
know.
19.
You guys succeed, you take half damage.
He can't,
And you take
he-
half of
he's
that.
Not,
Yeah,
he's
no,
not
so-
supposed to tell me until like
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to know before I use that, right? Will I successfully
Yeah.
succeed or
So,
fail?
but whatever.
Wait, what?
What?
That works.
Am I supposed to know or not before I succeed or fail on those?
You're supposed to. It's before you succeed or fail.
I did that.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
You're
Okay,
fine.
cool. Cool.
All right.
I thought,
I'm gonna
I thought
roll
you
the
were
damage.
saying
here.
that like it didn't actually matter and that I could have held on to it until after you let me know. But
So everybody takes 16 cold damage. You take 8 cold damage,
all right, not bad.
and then time comes back. And that's the end of his turn.
Cool. That means it's.
Just like
All right.
So for us,
Seymour.
for us, all we saw is that he is now in front of Ira.
Basically, you saw everything freeze down, and then he very quickly did all this stuff, and he got really cold, and then time came back in. So you're kind of aware that time was frozen, and now you're back into the world again.
Got it.
It was just very, very quickly. Seymour, it's your turn.
I'm killing this old man.
Keep him alive.
Ah,
We do need
just
to-
you try!
Remove his curse if you can.
Does he have a curse?
One way to find out.
I don't know, he seems just
It
kind of
sounds
crazy.
Crazy more than curse. It might be a way to remove craziness.
Madness is a
6 seconds, what are you doing?
I guess I'm casting.
You could run up here and try to remove curse. See what happens. If it fails,
I'm
like
trying something else
cool
first.
down.
I'm casting Dispel Magic on him.
That's
On him
3rd level?
at 4th level.
4th level.
Mhm.
Is there a roll?
If it's higher than 4th level, yes.
Yes. Roll.
Woohoo.
Doesn't.
And I'm using probably both of my inspirations.
All right. What's the first one?
So that's
There you go. +10.
19
19.
plus.
Your spell
That,
modifier.
that,
Yeah, my
that's
spell modifier.
higher than any spell casted could be. Because it's
That's
10 plus a spell.
yeah, that's 26 already. So I'm just gonna. That's 26.
Hold up. You cast Dispel Magic at him, and he says, ha ha ha! And you watch as he blinks, and there's this spell that breaks, and he, what have you done?
What?
It just seems really angry now. And then I run
Ari.
up. And then I run up.
Alright.
Yep. Roll Arcana, and if you beat 18, I'll tell you what the spell was that you broke.
By the way, I don't know if you are you keeping track of my hit points.
Yes. You
Then-
should be at, oh, I'm sorry. How much damage did you take?
Well, I'm just gonna tell you what I'm at because I regain hit points when I cast
Got it. What are you at
Abjuration. I'm at 13 hit points for the 10.
for the 10? Got it.
I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt again.
What did you tell me to read up on?
I said you can, if you roll an Arcana check and be 18, I'll let you know what the spell was that you dispelled. You beat it?
Yeah.
And
Mind
I'm gonna
blink.
kill him though.
Oh, wait, on him?
Yes.
Okay. Do I know that spell?
You can look it up. I would say yes, you do know what it is.
Which is why I'm looking at it.
It's actually a rule in the game. If you see a spell being cast, if you roll an Arcana check that beats 10 plus the spell's level, you can know what the spell is.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't
You
know
can't,
that.
like, wizard copy in your spell books, but you can figure out what it is. So yeah, you can.
I didn't know that was a thing. That's
Yeah,
really,
really
cool.
cool.
20. 20 lightning damage.
20 lightning damage. Holy crap. You just shoot it into him.
Oh, I did a bad thing.
Well. What did you do?
He says, tell your dark masters they can break my body, but never my spirit. And he kind of turns around. It's not his turn yet, though. Ira, what are you doing?
What should I do?
Try sleep
Hold him
again.
still. Yeah, in any way you can. I got rid of Mind Blank on him, which might have been
Bad?
yes.
Okay. Well, got. Alright. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Counterspell.
Alright.
Can I counterspell with counterspell?
Yes.
You can counterspell as counterspell. All right, the spell goes off.
Wisdom save.
Cling, cling. You just kind of take off his counterspell, and he has to make a wisdom save.
I am very-
Fucking 6.
He is held again.
goes and he's kind of paralyzed. Tallman. It's always so great.
Throw a javelin at him.
Roll attack.
Very good. That is a 22.
Yeah, you hit.
That I'm going to expend a branding smite also.
Schmite.
Fuck my... Yep. That's 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay. You chuck a javelin into him, and he's like turning around and running, and then he's paralyzed. You're not within 5 feet. It would have been a crit. You did have advantage though, so roll the second d20, see if you crit.
17.
Okay. And he's just stuck there, and then a javelin lands in his side as he. It's his turn.
Calm down.
He's going to try to break free. Natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's the end of his turn, though.
I know. Seymour.
Remove curse.
He's near the end.
Remove curse.
Yeah.
Counterspell.
Oh, his turn did happen. You could try to counterspell it, I think.
I'd have to use a 5th level spell slot to
Yeah.
use my
Wait,
counterspell.
you
But
can't
could-
counterspell. That's his reaction, isn't it?
His turn happened just now.
Yeah.
So he
Oh,
got
yeah.
his reaction back. You could counterspell it.
Does this waste my spell if I cast it and he counterspells it? It does, right?
Yes.
He can't, yeah, he also can't re-counterspell your
Alright,
counterspell.
if I counterspell his counterspell, does it still happen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
you
I
remove
do
curse.
So
that.
you reach out to cast Remove Curse, and he's preparing Counterspell, and you're like, no, 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 no! And you just do it right before he does it, outdoing his spell, and you bring the Remove Curse on him. Make a roll. Roll with your spell attack bonus.
Oh, yes! 21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
You look down towards him and you hold him over, and I'm only imagining Shadow of Mordor right now because it's the only thing in my head. But it's like you put his hand up to his face and it just begins to like drain this magic out of him as he's laying there. He's just like, "Ah!" And then suddenly his eyes just kind of stop the eldritch crackling, and he just. "Ah!"
He just falls back in the snow.
He just falls into the snow.
Did you kill him?
No, I don't think so. Unless,
I'll run
His
over there and
curse
make
was
sure
life.
he's not dead.
Okay,
Say unless his curse was alive.
yes.
I don't think his curse was...
run
By the
over
way-
to him. Make a
Okay.
medicine check.
This is my expertise, if you could manage. Step aside, please.
Rude, but
25.
okay.
25. You're like about to check his pulse, and then you push Ari out of the way and check his pulse. He is alive.
By the way, I took a spell off of him. Called Mind Blink.
And then you probably took something else off of him.
It's a spell that protects him from divination. So someone might know where he's at now. Someone like Strahd.
You
Well...
can probably cast it again.
Is that all
Is
that
it a
Mind
spell
Blink
he would
does?
cast on himself?
No, it's not all that Mind Blink is. Protects him from psychic damage, being able to read his thoughts and anything like that, and from being charmed.
Well, now he's unaffected, so he can give us answers.
And then cast it on himself again.
True. I'm really tired.
Ever the pessimist.
Rest.
Calling me a pessimist?
No.
Oh.
Me? Is that sarcasm?
None of us are pretty pessimists.
No, just your statement. It's like, oh, he can just cast it on himself again. It will be
Is
fine.
that an optimistic? No.
I just start
What
making
I'm
snow
saying,
angels.
I'm saying if he's good now, he can cast it on himself again.
Got my
Not
clothes
be able
on.
to be seen. Yeah, that happened.
I'm disgustingly hungry.
Logan is? Or
Yeah, Logan is.
Thank you so much.
We could also,
Everyone's gonna get an experience right now.
we could also take 5 minutes and let them go get food.
Yeah, it is recorded. So.
5.
I'm not gonna do
This
that.
is recorded, not.
Do you guys want a break?
Sure.
You take 5
Sure.
minutes. let
This
them
would
go
be
get
a
food.
good breaking point
Alright.
too.
We will be back in a second.
Woo!
Getting back over there, I'm actually going to just grab the map from over here and count it myself.
Can you do that?
I can. Can
One.
count. Hot time.
2,
It's
Why do you
Strahd.
repeat the same joke?
3.
Because we're not
10,
funny.
20,
we don't
30,
belong
40,
to me.
50, 60,
We're funny.
70,
What are you
80,
talking about?
90,
I make myself laugh all the
Oh
time.
man, I forgot to give you guys the nice comment.
35,
What?
40.
Someone left a nice comment, and I was gonna send it.
Was it the one about how dreamy Logan was?
That's not right.
No, that's
They
just
were
the
wrong.
same guy every time.
Was that the one guy that like?
That same guy from college that I met, it was like, hey,
What?
you want to come to my house and smash? But I knew he didn't mean Smash Brothers Ultimate. He meant something else.
Was the 10 comments telling me the rules of Changeling?
No,
Okay.
it's in the Curse of Strahd chat if you wanna go.
I found it. It buzzed my bum bum.
It buzzed my bum bum.
Yeah. This is a big comment.
That was really funny.
Look, how long have you had that button?
My friend.
Okay. I thought we were gonna say a couple of days because I see like a line going straight down.
We are not the best players he's ever seen. He's a fool.
You fool.
It's going to take 6.5 hours to get to the Sarah pool.
Let's kill ourselves.
Let's walk.
Let's do it.
All right. So
No.
the first hour is moving through the forests. On counter. You guys walk down and you make it to Valaki.
Oh, we go around Valaki.
No. We need to go back.
I need it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Oh, if you-
'cause
if
it
you-
takes twice the time to walk
I'll
through the
give it back
forest.
to you.
Yeah, but we
So-
don't want to go through
We're
Valaki.
here though. Do we really want to walk across 4 rivers?
No, we're not going that way. We're going down.
Yeah.
You're here,
we have
you're
to
going
go
through Valaki.
Valaki to get to this.
All right. I don't want to. I'm gonna change my face to some random guy from Kresk that I saw.
Okay. You guys make your way through Valaki, which is still very much in disdain. There are people moving about, Vistani roaming the streets, and lots of distress here and there. Some people kind of crying out on the corners. Lots of guards moving around, kind of taking people and arresting them. It's just chaos in the city. Lots of fear and lots of awfulness. You pass through it in just a few minutes. Another 30 minutes go by.
Was the church okay?
The church is just fine.
Okay.
There's no bulb.
I know. I took them out because they make too much light.
No, like,
Oh yeah, like it shattered.
yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to take that out? No? Okay.
It's flavorful.
It's probably not
Okay.
safe.
Just turn off the light.
You guys make your way past the old bone grinder.
Just that place that we've been to.
You guys make your way further south, continuing along and making your way past this gatehouse that moves forward towards Castle Ravenloft, which you see in the distance, very close.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish.
I wish
Don't say it out loud.
Technically it's 23.
that Hitler's plan was
That's true.
perfect.
What
What?
did you just say?
See, now that I've said it out loud, it can't happen. Because I've ruined the wish.
You know what? You are correct.
You're right.
You are correct. You know, it's not offensive, guys. It was a fact and statement.
I fixed the Holocaust.
Okay.
Unless someone else wished it.
No, it's not 11:11 for them.
It wasn't 11:11 for us either.
As you guys make your way past Castle Ravenloft, you see the gigantic the path careening off towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see figures moving through the mist towards you.
I figures.
Hello, figures. We greet the figures.
No, we don't.
They
Oh,
start to
okay.
come into view more and more as their forms become darker and less illuminated by the mist. As they step forward, they're dragging their feet.
I'll draw this. That's what
There's about 9 of them as they make their way forward.
Do they look undead?
Yes, as they growl and step forward,
Like
you see 9 figures. Some of them in armor, some of them have weapons, some of them, but they stop. And they just... You recognize these figures, Tolman. All 9 of them.
I stay still.
And they just stand there on the road.
Are they like zombies? Or
Mm-hmm.
fireball?
Small bead goes flying through the air and lands in the middle of them and just explodes, and you watch as all of the bodies just are engulfed in flame. You don't need to roll damage. Bits of them go flying here and there. Fire kind of lets the mist kind of just disintegrate for just a small area, and the heat kind of hits you guys as it explodes, and one of the arms just kind of lands a bit on fire just kind of next to you guys.
Nice job.
Spelling
I'll
is
start praying for them.
I will too. To a different god though, right?
Is there a reason you guys are praying?
They went up there with the same goal as us. They didn't deserve to die.
Okay. Just we kill a lot of people all the time. We don't usually pray for them.
I do.
These are among the few that deserve none of this.
Okay.
Let's go.
You guys continue along about another hour and a half until eventually you wind further and further through the road, past the bone grinder, over a river, past bridges, and nearly start to descend to what you are aware should be the Serpol.
So if anyone in India, Kazakhstan, or some places of Russia made the same wish as you, it still happens. It's
What was my wish?
completely different. This is not in game.
The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. A canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake, several hundreds feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the water. The mournful strains of an accordion clash... no, that's not happening. The footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between a river and the forest's edge, which is where you guys are coming from, and I have a map for you. I'll pull it up in just a second.
And is this the home of the...
You guys recognize this place. You've been here before. It was the first thing you ever saw when you came into Barovia.
Yes.
the non-sinister Madame Eva?
Yeah.
There is a campfire in the center, but it's been put out, and there's nobody outside of it. There's just the tent that you guys encountered Madame Eva in, and it's still got the lights coming from the inside of it.
But none of the Vistani are here.
No.
There's no Vistani here.
That's good. Should get
That's
in
good.
and out before they come back.
Yeah.
I'll head over to the tent that we've been in before.
Gonna follow on.
No problem. Let me... That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That's the tent right there.
Except we don't have Mordenkainen with us.
Wait, is it? Is he square 5 feet or is he square 10 feet? Each square is 5 feet. Make your way over to the tent.
Oh, you guys not come over yet?
I guess not. I'm staying with Tallman.
You guys step into this tent. There's a single crystal ball in the center, and not much else.
No Madam Eva?
Nothing. Until in the back of the tent, a figure begins to form. The old crone-like woman, kind of hunched over on her side, this red hood and a cloak kind of moving down at her sides, and her hand just kind of coming out of the darkness within. She looks up and she says, "Welcome back."
I'm gonna spend my time assessing the whole area, but slowly making my way to that cart. So
Sure.
whenever we make it.
Your cards have been very helpful.
Have they?
Yes.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Why do you come back to me? She goes over to like a table and she begins to pour what looks like hot water into like these small cups, and she says, "Tea."
Sure, thank you.
She begins to pour some more and she hands it over to you guys.
You were told to, right?
No, we're just seeking more wisdom.
I knew you would return to me. Once when you first entered here, and one last time. You seek wisdom. You fought Strahd. You've met him face to face. And what do you think of him?
I pity him, but he deserves to die.
I agree. She grabs some cards. You're going to have to defeat him. His castle is large. And he's located somewhere in there. Tallman! Are you outside the tent?
Yeah.
Just mean I hear the two, or is it louder now?
Yeah, are you two the only ones that have entered?
Yeah.
Okay, then she would say that. She would look at the two of you and say, "Where are your other friends?
Outside.
Bring them in.
Slowly entering.
You'll need them."
I'll step out. Lock them to door.
I'll go in.
So you would be Madam Eva.
What's cooking good looking?
She's gonna hit you again.
Yes.
And you work against Strahd.
Can I? Yes. And I am.
Then that is not my question. My question is how?
By helping you.
We are foreigners. No special than any other team of adventurers.
I
How
see
do
great.
we empower you.
I see greatness in all of you. This is your destiny, not mine. Also, I don't think I could defeat Strahd on my own. Nor will I. I'm not going to fight him. My power is limited, and I'm using it to the best of my abilities.
And you imagine ours is not?
No. I believe you can stop him. That's why we brought you here.
A message, Tallman. Cast Zone of Truth.
If you'll excuse me, I do believe I need a sort of trustworthiness. And I will cast it.
And cast Zone of Truth?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting spell. What do you want to know?
Go ahead.
What do you plan on doing once we take care of Strahd?
Allow me to start at the beginning. If you would like to know who I am, I will explain it to you.
Yes, I love story time.
As do I.
Behold the exposition. Something I believe we sorely need.
And as for the scene fades, we go into.
I am Strahd's half-sister. He is unaware of this fact. He does not know who I am, or that the fact that I exist. My real name is Katerina. I am the daughter of a Vistani woman, whom King Barov, Strahd's father, took his bed to during one of his many crusades. You are the only ones to know this. Ever. No Vistani knows my true nature, not even Strahd knows my true nature, and if he were to find out, he would kill me. He loves his father, and would never want to know that he ever did anything bad.
Who is his father?
Strahd's father was King Barov. My father is also King Barov. We have different mothers.
And who is your mother?
Some woman. Over 400 years ago, I
Perhaps.
came to Barovia, and I insinuated myself into Strahd's court. I worked as a maid in Castle Ravenloft, and I know that castle like the back of my hand. I was present for the wedding of Sergei and Tatiana, and I was there when Strahd killed his brother. I fled.
I'm holding the weapon at this
Okay.
point.
I fled, and I took refuge with the Vistani. I forged a pact with the goddess Mother Night, and I traded my youth for the power to undo the evil Strahd had wrought. She transformed me into an ageless crone gifted with the power of magical foresight.
Who had transformed you?
The Mother Night.
The mother of Strahd.
No, Mother Night is a powerful being. She is beyond us.
Beyond Strahd.
There are two deities that watch over this plane of Barovia. The Morning Lord and the Mother Night.
I have seen shrines to her.
Yes. I use this ability of divination to help Strahd. I can send the Vistani out in their wagons to visit other worlds and bring people like you into Strahd's domain, in hopes that you would defeat him. I brought you here. I've seen that someone will defeat him. I hope it's you. There have been many before you that have not lived long.
And she's inside this cell of truth, right? I still feel
She's in it, and she's not lying. The dark powers of Ravenloft would consider me a worthy choice to replace Strahd as the master of Ravenloft. But I don't want that. I don't want to supplant him, and I don't want to rule over this horrible place.
I don't believe any of us would.
I would much rather find Strahd someone else to succeed him.
And what if there is no successor?
Then many lives are doomed. This place is nothing without a leader, and one will rise to the occasion if none take its place.
Is there any saving Barovia?
This land is cursed forever.
By what?
Dark, ancient powers. Provoked by Strahd himself. This is his prison. And you are in his prison.
Does it remain a prison if someone replaces him?
I do not know. I would hope that it would break the curse.
Do you know his curse?
I do not know where this curse originates.
Do you know what it entails, the curse?
It keeps this land locked, and no one can ever leave it. Strahd can't even leave it. Us Vistani can. We can leave. during the battles of when Strahd originally took Barovia for his own, before he was even named Barovia, he fell in battle, and Vistani saved him. He owes his life to us, and he permits us to leave. Strahd cannot leave his domain, but he can allow others to, and the only people he allows are the Vistani.
How is that possible?
I do not know.
He can grant something he himself cannot achieve.
Yes. It torments him.
Seems painfully ironic in a way.
Aren't curses usually?
No
Ours
one's
were.
ever...
Not the ones I'm familiar with.
No one's ever defeated him. I hope that if you were to defeat him, it would release the curse. It binds him here. He binds it here as well. He's
You're
the key.
ancient, correct?
What?
You are at least as old as he is.
Yes.
Just said 400 years.
Do you truly believe his curse itself can simply be broken just by an act of aggression?
I mean,
Us storming his castle.
we would be killing him.
Physically, magic doesn't seem to work that way.
So can't leave.
I only believe it as such because no one has ever achieved it. Many have tried. Many have tried. Maybe it's impossible. But I will continue.
Jacob, did the diary say anything about Strahd's curse?
Mm-hmm.
It did.
A little bit.
Okay.
We will give you the promise that we have given all others.
I've done something I've never ever done to any group I brought into Barovia. I've told you of my true nature. You've gotten much farther than many others have before, and I have hope. But I don't want to disappoint myself. I will grant you the last extent of my divination that can be done, in hopes that you succeed.
We greatly appreciate this.
I can see where Strahd will be in his castle, where you will fight him, and where it will all end.
That is
Either you or him.
powerful divination.
Has it
She
changed?
hands out a deck of cards, and she says, I allow you to choose.
This is my favorite part. Yes. Take the card.
I do not know what each one will entail,
Choose how.
but you may choose.
So we can choose which card.
Yes, you are the masters of your own fates now, as Strahd is himself.
It'll change the card we've been given.
Yes.
I think Jacob's saying we can look through the deck and pick which card.
You can look through the deck and pick one, and that's where Strahd will be in his castle. And this is a group decision.
Executioner, horseman.
We have Ghost. Figure we don't like that one. Executioner. Horseman. Marionette. The Mists. The Raven. I feel like that one might be somewhat alright. I feel like in terms of the ghosts we might actually know where that is. The Tempter. Seems maybe a temptress. The Artifact. It is a skull inside a glass jar. The Beast. We already fucked that one up. The Broken One. A dude with a shattered mirror. The Dark Lord. Seems like the Lich we met before. The Don John, an amazing website for random.
Donjon is a tarot card. It means like dungeon.
Yeah, it's French for dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Dungeon.
Donjon. And the Seer, a man with several eyeballs on his cranium. It's all up to you. Oh, yes, I don't.
It's all too cryptic for me.
A little bit, yeah.
What makes you feel like we already screwed up Beast?
Because we collected him.
Hmm.
I suggested either be Ghost or the one with the Lich from before.
You don't have to answer this, but are these all places within Castle Ravenloft?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe we should speak to Amir.
We could try Raven. Raven may just be his front
High
gate.
up
Could be high up. It could also be his front gate.
is what?
It could be outside of the castle.
How is that related to a raven?
Ravens fly. aside and not to flee.
I do not know what the card will entail, but they also relate to his backstory and who he is as a person.
We have learned a lot.
Ari, you have the diary.
We've learned somewhat of his brother, of his lineage. Those who have come to face him before.
The cards read to the significance of the rooms, not necessarily what entails on the pictures. A raven doesn't necessarily mean it's high up. A raven means it's connected to some way in his past, if there are any ravens.
Do we still have those notes written that we collected before?
Yes.
The only raven I know in his past is that of his mother. Her name was Ravenovia.
If you may continue.
With his mother? I didn't know her. She died.
You knew of her. Is
I
that
knew
all
of
you
her.
know?
She wasn't my mother.
Her name and her death?
Her name was Queen Ravenovia.
She died on the way here.
Where?
Strahd built the castle for her, and on the way here she died.
She wasn't among the tombs that we saw before.
She wasn't.
She's entombed somewhere else. Further in, guarded by a wall of light.
Can you pull up the floor? I'm just asking, in the floor plan. Does it show any other tombs
Mm-hmm.
on the floor plan?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
And Madame Evil will look over. She says, "There's 3 in there. There's the catacombs there." And then she points at 3 other parts that spill off. She says, "That is Strahd's own tomb. He built it for himself. That's Sergei's, and that's his mother and his father's."
that's where it would be then.
Ghost.
We know where he would be.
We're assuming if the raven means his mother, then he would be in that room with the other tombs where his mother is buried.
You said a wall of light.
Yes. There's a barrier that guards it.
I feel a strong, passionate connection between my sword and Strahd and his relatives. I don't know what it is.
That would be my choice.
If that's where he intends to... If the final battle is to happen, I don't know if that barrier would still exist.
What does the barrier do?
Keeps people out.
Except for Strahd.
I don't know.
So you're saying he might drop it. That's where he intends to fight us.
Broken One seems interesting. As well as Ghost.
Do we choose Ghost?
If we put it up to a vote.
It's all a guessing game to me. The only one I would know is Raven.
Wait.
That would be the best guess. Since we're all revealing things that we've never told anyone else, you should all know that I do plan on taking Strahd's place.
You do.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
In what sense?
He came to me once. Now I think it was to determine whether or not I would be a good replacement for him, a good successor,
None of that answers my question.
because it needs context.
I don't believe it does.
When he found out what I stood for, he didn't want me to be his successor, because it made me weak. Because what I wanted was to make everyone happier.
And you would be a perfect successor.
And what if his corruption reaches you beyond your intentions?
His corruption came because of the Amber Temple.
Because he killed his brother,
Because he killed his brother.
his men.
Unless Seymour decides he wants to kill Ari for some reason.
And I think I've shown that I willingly gave up my curse.
You've been to the place where Strahd gained his powers.
Yes.
You took from the same powers.
Yes.
And you rejected them.
Yes.
There could be no other perfect person to replace him then.
If this is truly your goal, then choose not to stand in the way of it.
Thank you.
But if you become remotely like him, it is in many of my oaths that I shall fight you to my death.
I expect it. I'm telling you all now so that you're not surprised if I did it in the moment and thought that I did it for evil intentions.
You'd be saving a great deal of people.
Your intentions have never seemed truly evil to me.
If the mists are lifted, many will want to leave this place. Some will not. They'll be stubborn and want to stay and rebuild and fix this place. As they call it home. They will need a leader.
As long as the Wizards of Wine stay.
They'll definitely stay.
We do still have a seed to collect.
Especially if the sun shines.
So are we going with the Raven then?
Okay, do you know where the last seed is? By any chance? With your great divination.
Last seed?
Mm-hmm.
And the wizards lose their seeds?
Yes.
That's
That's a good one.
My only thought that it would be in Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Things go missing in Barovia a lot and they end up there.
Quite the miracle.
Ira, have you made a decision?
I mean, it's up to all of us. I'm thinking of the Raven.
My decisions are now nothing beyond yours.
Do we want to be in the dungeons again?
We at least know where it is. That's the only reason why I'm thinking it.
If that is what all of you wish, I wish to see you safe in the dungeons. Those are my goals.
I don't want him to be somewhere where we don't know what to expect. We know what to expect down there at least.
Okay.
For the most part. Are there any traps in that area? Specifically
On
in
the
the
map?
tomb area.
Not really.
I don't see any.
What
There's the
about,
one on the way there, but
what about
There's
the,
traps outside of Strahd's tomb, but not his parents.
what about the wall of light?
She was, Madame Eva was saying that it'd likely disappear. If that's where the final fight was to be had.
And if it was there, the best I can do is at least dispel it.
You could dispel it. It is a wall of light that only allows those of good intentions to enter. In order for Strahd to enter it, he has to disable it.
We could also enter if killing Strahd is revered as good intentions.
Yes, I think for the most part that wall of light
Might
wouldn't
not be
affect us as
all at all.
much.
And boy, I have seen you weakened by
Yes.
evil magic.
Yes, as were we all.
We are no stronger than those before us. What makes you think you can replace Strahd himself?
As far as I'm concerned, we are stronger than those before us. And maybe that's naive, as you've said once before, but she seems to think different.
Precaution seems to be our strong suit,
True.
and she seems to have seen many more before us.
400 years worth.
Do you understand the reasoning behind my precaution then?
Yes.
She does say we've come further than any other though.
If by some strange evil miracle that the curse does come upon you, I believe you could resist it as you have done before. It takes work to be that evil. Have you chosen a card?
Be it the faith of a witch, I will.
Are you guys on the same page? I don't want to just make the decision myself.
Raven seems fine.
Raven.
Hold on to the. Give me the deck. Give me a Raven too.
Look,
Give me a Raven.
can you?
What's up?
Thank
What's
you.
happening?
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, no problem.
There's your raven boy.
She takes a card and she kind of looks up, and her eyes go white as this kind of magic begins to overcome her. She says, "Look to the mother's tomb. Now, if you would like allies, there are many across Barovia. You will need them all to defeat him. Gather your army and bring an end to him with all the good that lives in Barovia." She's going to hand you guys some cards, but before she does so, she's going to read them all out for you. Artifact. Look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems. Take the card.
A lot more than he seems. The fucking asshole. There you go.
Beast. A werewolf holds a secret hatred for your enemy. Use her hatred to your advantage.
It's her, not
Beast. Broken one. This one has 2. Your greatest ally will be a wizard. His mind is broken, but his spells are strong. I see now that his mind is not broken, and yet he still remains here in Barovia.
Yeah, we did that right before we came here.
Like 20 minutes before.
It was
6
like
hours
6
before.
hours ago. I also see a man of faith whose sanity hangs by a thread. He has lost someone close to him. You have changed this. His son yet lives.
Oh, the priest in Barovia City.
You've done much in Barovia.
Those were broken men?
Those
Broken
broken
man.
one. Yep. Search for... This man is dead.
Which card was this?
Seer. No, sorry, Don John. This
What?
man is dead.
Who's dead?
Stoned in Vallaki.
The mayor.
Yes.
His son.
Hmm.
There is a second to this card, though. Find a girl driven to insanity, locked in the heart of her dead father's house. Curing her madness is key to your success. She is somewhere in...
Probably Velaki. She's in her dad's house.
Correct. Seer. This one already helps you.
Who's that?
Casimir is a good ally.
Casimir.
Ghost. You have already purified Godfrey. This is good. You have many allies here in Barovia. This card has a second piece, however. Stir the spirit of the clumsy knight whose crypt lies deep within the castle.
Whose spirit?
Oh, this is Ghost. Sorry, not
Sorry,
Raven.
what is it? Stir the spirit of the clumsy knight whose
Crypt lies deep within the castle.
crypt lies deep within the castle.
Executioner. Seek out the brother of the devil's bride. They call him the Lesser, but he has a powerful soul. You know him. He already helps you.
He's smart.
Mm-hmm.
This one ain't told me nothing.
Horseman. I see a dead man of noble birth, guarded by his widow. Return to life the dead man's corpse, and he will be your staunch ally.
Is he guarded by wife?
Hmm?
Guarded by his wife?
Yes.
Yes. Look in Vallaki. There is another piece to Horseman, however this man has died. A man by the name of Aragal. I don't have the card for this one.
What?
So we're gonna... Yeah, I can't find it. This is the only one. Unless it's in here and I just didn't see it.
Let's go kill that monkey.
There you go.
Don't think we're.
I don't think that's how we're meant to do that.
Yeah. It's the best way to make allies. Kill their monkeys.
Kill their pet and then make them your friend.
That's how I got my best friends. I killed monkeys.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna give you guys one of these cards.
Do we need the card itself?
I want you guys to hold on to them.
I'll keep them with me.
Maybe.
They're reminders.
Do I have it?
Necromancer. I see a young man with a kind heart. A mother's boy. He is strong in body, but weak of mind. Seek him out in the village of Barovia.
We have absolutely not met him before, but I would like to, because he seems dumb but fun.
Oh my god.
What?
I think I know who it is.
Marionette. What horror is this? I see a man made by a man. Ageless and alone, it haunts the towers of the castle.
Pinocchio? It's Pinocchio.
There is another one to this marionette. Look for a man made of music. A man with two heads. He lives in a great place of hunger and sorrow.
I've met him already.
You don't remember?
Mists. A Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey, near the mists. You've already found her. Raven. Find the leader of the feathered ones who live among the vines. Though old, he has one more fight left in him.
Mr. Damien.
We made friends with half of Barovia already.
That's Tempter.
Raven is what we're looking for.
Yeah, Raven. And then Tempter. You have solved both of these. A child who would have drowned. And a flesh golem woman.
Those could have both been allies.
Still
Find them and gather them. And bring Strahd to his fate.
Thank you.
I wish you well.
Thanks.
I thank you for your sacrifice. She turns to all of you. And she says, this is not the final time I shall ever see you. I hope you win.
Strange tidings, do you?
She disappears.
And strange tidings there shall be.
Yeah.
It seems. Then
Would you guys wanna
just
start?
really
I
escape.
guess we could go to the village of Barovia.
That would be
Right
the
down
best.
The street.
Perhaps we could begin
Begin there.
with the beginning.
The artifact.
The beast.
It's all the way across the place.
I'm so excited to see how
Very valuable ally.
that violin player helps us.
Is right.
Then I give these cards to you.
Hold on to those.
Let's just designate the spot as on that shelf whenever we're not there, so that we know where they're at.
You're right that she would be a great ally. I'm just wondering if maybe we should
names of
gather
them.
the people in the village of Barovia, since we're already here on this side of Barovia.
We do also have Godfrey.
We do need to find Godfrey here. Yeah. He's probably still in Chris. Or maybe he's wandering to Milwaukee now looking for a mad mage.
Then it seems as though we are in the final hours.
Just need to go from place to place and gather everyone.
Gather Barovia, one might say.
us gather Barovia.
Storm the castle.
Should... Is people going to travel with us while we gather everyone? Or should we
Oh.
give them a sign? I can at least send paper birds to a few of them, but
I imagine they won't suffice. What are your thoughts on this, young one?
What do you mean? Sorry.
On how we're going to contact everyone. Should
Do
they
you
travel
believe
with
we
us?
should gather our allies or call upon them one by one?
there's a few that don't know us that we'll have to at least go talk to.
Then I suggest we gather them collectively.
I'm saying for the ones that we already do know.
That we send them messages.
Are we saying... can I have the map again, please? Or actually, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
We should send them somewhere. Maybe send them all to
it.
Kresk.
Exactly.
I pulled it up.
Let's pull
Kresk
that.
is the safest place for
Kresk
them
is,
to be.
Kresk is the safest place we can be, and if we're traveling in these huge numbers, then Strahd would be sure to notice.
I like that. It's a long march back from Kresk, but it's still the safest place for them.
And we
Especially
can be
once
all
we have-
together.
All our numbers at Kresk,
We can be all together and move as one unit.
from Kresk to Ravenloft.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe get some wagons.
Yeah.
So let's gather everyone in Barovia and send that's going to go, and send them as one group to Kresk.
We'll sweep across as we can. There might be some of these that we don't know where they are.
What I mean is, the ones that we know that are in
Yes.
Barovia, we should get all of them
Yes.
before we send any of them away.
Yes.
This is it then.
The last step.
Don't say it like that. It's still gonna be a long time before it ever actually happens.
A few more days. at
I'm
least.
saying this is our final decision. The rest of which are just actions.
It's
Maybe
a decision that we need to make sure you agree with.
I'm no
Of course.
diviner. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Do you agree with the plan?
I am nothing of one who is alongside luck. It has definitely not been something that's accompanied me. But
That's right. She's really lucky.
to each of you, be it your luck or mine, I grant you absolute success, and at the end of my line, I would die for each of you. Be that the case.
I think that's true for each one of us.
Yes. But we also have a priest and her that won't let us die. So you may die a couple of times.
It's also why I think we're still together. If we hadn't been so determined to help one another, Strahd probably would have tore us apart much quicker than us.
At least he failed to do it in the mortal sense. As in, all of us are alive.
Yes.
It's a blessing. One, I suppose, I'd like to celebrate. Where are we exactly?
You're in the middle of an abandoned Vistani
Cool.
area.
We're about an hour from the city of Barovia, though.
Village.
Village, so.
Next time we get the chance to celebrate, celebrations are on myself.
Okay. I have everyone's gold, so
Maybe,
Then use my
Have
group.
one.
maybe once we've gotten everyone to Kresk, one night, everyone that's going.
Everyone we know is going.
Exactly.
you ready to go get an army?
Yeah, I suppose.
And we're headed to the village of Barovia.
All right, you guys make your way off into the mists, further into Barovia. As you guys are walking, and you're thinking about how far you've come and all of the distant things that you have accomplished, Ira, there's a moment where you guys are kind of resting on the side of the road. You're eating and getting ready to continue walking as you're kind of sitting on like a tree stump. And you look off into the mist and you see a figure moving. And the figure kind of moves left to right, and you're kind of looking here and there. Only Iris sees this. And as you kind of look off in the distance, you look into the mist, and you believe your eyes betray you, but you see this small figure of a being, and a very tall figure behind it as well. And you just see, kind of looking off in the distance and looking over at you, just kind of smiling with a nod of approval and almost happiness, is the spectral form of Chibis and Mycroft. And they kind of just fade away.
You looked up to Chivas.
Don't know if Mycroft would be in this mess. I'm in it, so I'm gonna get out of it.
That's where we're gonna end tonight's game.
Dude, you're a Jedi.
You can see the Force ghosts.
You just need his lightsaber now.
What is Hayden Christensen?
Fuck you.
This is a game.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Fucked up my English like 7 times.
It's okay.
You good? I do more than 7 times.
This is gonna be crazy. This
Yeah.
game is gonna be wild.
I really hope we did what we've been doing this entire game and like accidentally chose the best possible option
I
for
think so.
fighting
I
Strahd.
think so.
Yeah.
We're
Did
near
we-
the end.
did we
of it,
really?
so, yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, like
You guys
half,
have kind of kicked this game's ass.
half of her shit was like, you already did that, you already did that.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just
Oops,
like
the
here's
camera
stuff
froze a
you
little
already
bit, but
know.
oh
Yeah,
well.
I mean,
The only thing that we royally fucked up was we screwed up the Valaki questline.
Yeah, I would have to say that
Yeah.
that got a little fucked.
Which Valaki?
We let the vampires spawn ravage the city.
Oh, you're right.
You guys just kind of ignored it, which was what was the problem. You guys got to Valaki and you didn't really do anything in
at
it.
the very end, but like that's all.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. You guys have been in every area in the game now, though. So that's
Every area?
you've been to every single place.
Damn, okay. There was like one,
You haven't really explored everything, but you've been everywhere. There, the last two were like the Amber Temple and
Have
And
we
then
been
the
to,
woods.
like the very,
woods.
the
Mhm.
very top of the mountain? I thought there was something more there.
Nope. You guys have technically, like, if this was a video game and all of the areas were like areas when you go to them it unlocks fast travel to them, you've done that to every area. You've been everywhere.
so we can fast travel now.
No.
If we go to fucking Ravenloft, yeah. For what, 6 seconds?
Thanks, guys, for joining us. We will be back next week with another episode where we will amass an army and destroy Strahd.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. We'll see you guys next week. That's the end of the game.